Hello, happy Sundays to everybody. Welcome, Captain Safety. It's good to see you here again. I had to revert back to Streamlabs OBS. OBS Studio had some problems which I couldn't fix before the stream, so we will be doing this through Streamlabs OBS, and Nightbot is joining us. I just set it up in the week, so he will be around for just fun. But yeah, I hope everybody is doing great today. We are currently parked at Stuttgart, and the weather is matching what's currently happening in Indiana at the moment. Rain and clouds. So it's going to be a fun flight through the clouds. A little bit challenging, expecting some turbulence and bad air during the approach, but we'll see if we can manage that. Yeah, let's do a sound check. Captain Safety, if you don't mind, let me know how the sound levels are. I can adjust the volume if need be. Oh really? Yeah, it's Toronto is same, so it's a little bit how I should say this. It's a little bit meh type of weather where you don't want to do anything, just sit at home, either watch TV or play games on your computer and stuff like that. So yeah, perfect opportunity for a live stream where I cannot do anything outside because of the rain. Great to know that the voice levels are okay. Just waiting to see if anyone else will be joining us, but we can start and welcome the others when they join. Oh, the sim audio is not coming. Hold on, let me take a look at that. Let me increase the volume level for the simulator just a tiny bit, and you let me know if you start to hear the sim audio. This is always challenging to set up with dual audio. I'm not sure what's going on. Looks like it is the correct source. I am seeing the bars moving, but I'm not sure if you are hearing the simulator yet. Maybe I should go in and adjust the sound in the simulator too. And increase the volume here just a little bit, like the environment. And then the other aircraft, and see if this helps. I hope it's better now and you can hear. Let me know if you are now hearing the simulator and the vehicles around the airport. Oh, not hearing it yet? Not sure what might be happening there. Let me see here. I'm not sure if this is going to help. Did it start to come? I just changed the source to see if it's going to help. Or maybe, yeah, we can try the cockpit view too. Cockpit is much more silent though, but we can just flick some switches and see if you hear anything. And the desktop audio is super low. I'm not sure which one is which. Let me see. Let me see if I can make any changes here while I'm on the fly. No, that is not going to work. This is not the right source. Weird. Sorry, bear with me a little bit. I'll try to fix this. It is. So now I'm hearing the rain, but I'm not sure if it's coming towards your way. That is my frustration right now, because I cannot view the same video. That's usually a bad idea, to switch streaming software where you have everything set up, and now trying to fix this one. Is it coming now, Captain Safety? Or do I need to do anything on the YouTube side? I'm not sure. Weird. Is there any setting that I can do here? Oh, still no sound. That is a little bit worrying, if you ask me. Okay, let me try to see what is the problem. Audio settings. Okay, I need to fix that before we hit the road. Will this work? No. I say default. Done. Just let me know if you hear anything. I'm just going through different sources to see if any of this will get some sound to you guys. You mean in the simulator, Captain Safety? Master is max, so at least you should be hearing something based on these settings in the simulator. But not sure what is not streaming, and if I just stop and stream, it is going to be very bad because I cannot get back to the same stream again. That is the weird part. I'm not sure. I'm looking to see if there are anybody in the chat, but looks like you and I are the only ones. I can hear the simulator through my headphones. No problems there. Oh boy. This is not good. Oh, you can hear it, Danny? Welcome. Okay, I'm trying to fix. I'm seeing desktop audio coming through Streamlabs OBS. The bars are moving, but I'm not sure why it is not streaming it to you guys. Trying to see the settings here. Under the output settings, streaming. And I cannot edit because it's already started. This is not good. Okay, we can try this. Let's see. If I do this, can I add any changes, you guys let me know. I am just trying to add another source and disable this one that is not coming to you guys. Okay, still nothing, looks like. Oh, is it? Okay, great, great. So now I can silence the other source. Or let me know if it keeps coming, because I just muted the other one and it takes a couple seconds for you guys to hear what I'm hearing due to the buffer. Okay, great, great. I'm not sure what was wrong with that. Challenge right in the live stream that you need to solve. But we're all good. Okay, let's jump into the cockpit if you guys are still hearing the aircraft and the rain and everything. We need to start setting this baby up. Very well. Looks like everybody's happy now. Yeah, it's raining terribly. We'll see how the departure will look like. So the doors are already open. So I'll add the auxiliary power unit, and for the checklists I'll try to do it from my memory. Okay, that's good to know, Captain Safety. Thanks for your help and thanks for letting me know, because I have no way of telling whether you can hear it or not. That was very helpful for the health of the stream. Thank you very much. So I'm going to... Oh no, really? Yeah. And I hope to use the Track AR again, but now looks like it's not detecting Microsoft Simulator. There was definitely something wrong, because I left the simulator running for more than 10 minutes. That might be the reason why the sound went bad or some weird things happened. But we'll stick with the mouse movements for the views. We'll turn the battery master on, and then the nav lights. We'll arm the emergency exit lights, and then we'll turn the external power to on, and then turn on the window hits definitely, and start aligning the IRSs right away. So that's my initial switches that I touch during cold and dark startup. So let's get some lighting here. It's kinda not that dark, but I think it's better to have some lights around, especially the integral lights and the flood lights around here. And let's help the co-pilot too, because he cannot help himself. Alright, great. So let me see. Danny, I hope I welcomed you in between that frustration I was having with the audio, but if I didn't, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining and appreciate you being here with me today. Alright, so the power is on, everything looks like it should. At this point we'll turn the hydraulic pump 3A on for now, because that's an electrical pump, and then we will set up our FMS. We are currently at Stuttgart. We'll do the pause in it, copy the GPS coordinates and paste them here. Our gate number is 54. I'm not sure if the simulator will detect it. Oh, it did. Interesting. That's great. And then that's the position initialization, and then we'll jump into the flight plan. Echo Delta Delta Sierra Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey. We are going to Vienna today. That's the plan. Let me pull the briefing and the operational flight plan, and I will keep an eye on the chat as much as I can while I am trying to review the OFP. So our alternate today is Lima Hotel Bravo Papa, and we are departing from runway 07. Thank you very much, Danny. Hopefully it will be a nice flight. A little bit wet though, but I'm assuming it will be a nice flight. Runway 07 is our departure runway, and then our flight number for today's flight is Oscar Sierra 180. This is a real-world flight operated by Austrian Arrows with their ERJs, not CRJs, but I think the CRJ is a good substitute for that real-life flight. So we'll execute this, and before entering the route, I always like to select my departure. Our departure for today, our SID is APTA for hotel. We'll execute this and go back to the flight plan, then it will be carried over to here. So from APTA, we are taking a airway Lima 173. Oh yeah, really? I would enjoy some hot tea under this cold rainy weather, Captain Safety. Yeah, thanks for the offer. Okay, Lima 173 to Rixed, Romeo India X-ray Echo Delta. And from there we are taking a Yankee 161 airway. And that Yankee 161 is going to take us all the way to Radar. A little bit longer route today. So Uniform Zulu 98 from Radar, which will take us to Mike India Quebec. And then from there we are going to take Lima 605 airway into BBAG. Bravo India Bravo Alpha Golf. There we go. And then a couple more waypoints that I need to enter. Quebec 104 airway to Akima Alpha Kilo India Mike Alpha. And then let me see, and then we have a direct to Mesur, which is going to be entered here. And let me see, that is the last waypoint, and then our arrival starts. So we'll execute this, and I'm going to select the arrival right here, because we are not using live ATC, so why not? We are doing an ILS to runway 16 via the Masur 2 Whiskey arrival with no transition, so we will vector ourselves when we get there. So we'll execute this, and let's check the legs page for any discontinuity that might be in there, because I'm expecting a couple, like this guy here. I'm not sure why these waypoints are doubled. This is sort of Microsoft Flight Simulator problem, but we'll execute this. Captain Safety, yeah, I tried the SimBrief import. It works, but what it does is it doesn't carry the airways. It is always going to be a direct from waypoint to waypoint, so it doesn't somehow respect the airways in the flight plan or route. I'm not sure what's going on and what's wrong there, but it works. If you save the OFP or import it from SimBrief and save it to your computer, when you go to the flight plan page, you can recall it from the route page with the file name you saved it with. Like if I were to save this Echo Delta Delta Sierra to Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey, you plug it in here, and then it will bring the route if it's in the saved flight plans under the CRJ. So yeah, it is possible, but it is not respecting the airways in the flight plan. Alright, so one discontinuity, and then there is another one. This is where we vector ourselves for the approach. I will clean up the discontinuity and then leave this like this, vectors, because we will vector ourselves into position when we get there. Let me quickly check the chat or anything else. Okay, I think you guys are comfortable back there. We will start serving some drinks as soon as we start pushing back, so bear with me for a second. Yeah, what was the correct response to Danke schön in German? Can't remember. I took German classes for 2 years in high school, but can't remember what you say after someone says Danke schön, like you're welcome or something that is in German. Okay, so flight plan part is done. We need to do the performance initialization, but before that, let's go and take a look at our performance and weights and balances. I was playing with this yesterday. There are still some weird stuff that throws the weights and balances off, so therefore I'll just try to do it through here, like, let me show you. So that's the zero fuel weight. Oh, bitte schön. Yes, yes, exactly. Great. So if you increase the passenger count, this is not being updated, so this is a bug. Because if I increase this, it updates, but the passenger number, it doesn't. So if I type 58 and enter, then it updates. So not sure if this is a bug or something Aerosoft will be fixing. So our takeoff zero fuel weight for today is 27,046. So I'll try to match that one with increasing the passenger count to maybe 64. Maybe even more. Let's do full cabin, 70 people on board, going to enjoy Vienna after the flight. So that's 27,114. We'll take some cargo from the aft cargo compartment. Oh yeah, it's pouring right now. It is pouring. You see that, right? I didn't pay attention to the raindrops, but it is pouring right now. So 27, I need 40 more kilos. So 1, 2, and that is good enough for me. Let's set the payload in simulator twice. For some reason it doesn't update if you do it once, and then copy the performance data to the FMS, and I will set the V speeds while I'm here. Let's go back to the FMS. Our cruise level for today's flight is flight level 350. We are flying high, and I'll just do a flight level 29,000 or 290 as an alternate. I usually take 6,000 feet, and that's my practice. Not sure if this is the real world practice, but just to have some data in there. VNAV setup, we'll just do a climb is looking fine. On the next page, we'll cruise at Mach 0.78. That is the plan. And then we will leave the rest alone. And on the performance initialization page, average IC deviation for today's is showing -3 degrees Celsius, and I will plug in the average wind that I see in SimBrief to the wind information. So that's gonna be 237 at 028 knots. That is the only information in terms of wind. You can go crazy with this. Operational flight planner has a lot of wind information. I'm just going to leave it alone because I have never realized this has an effect on the aircraft or the flight dynamics of the aircraft. So that's the performance side done, and we'll plug it fix close to Vienna for us to visually identify the 10-mile final. Okay, all good now. And it's you and me, looks like, Captain Safety. Very private stream today. Ne derler bizde abi? Varsın öyle olsun, değil mi? Okay, so now all looks good. Performance is done. We'll go to the menu, put the VNAV over here, and that is it. Looks like, for the flight plan and performance and takeoff speeds and everything. So what next? We'll fire up the APU, and then we'll get ourselves ready for pushback while the APU is firing up. Let's see if anybody else has joined us. Great. Private stream, VIP jet for you, Captain Safety. I have no problems with that. Oh boy, this rain. Okay, the IRS is aligned. Let's just set the yaw damper, stab trim and Mach trim. That is good. Let's get this out of the way. We'll keep the standby radios on for now. And the APU looks like is online. Yes, it is. Let's turn the packs on. And let's take a look at the cabin temperatures. We don't want freezing passengers here. So let's see how the temperatures look like. That's set to 21 degrees. That's kind of chilly for me, if you ask. So let's increase the temperature a tiny bit for our passengers to, 27 is too hot, they will sleep. Maybe 25 degrees. That will do. For the cockpit, 25 is too much. For the cabin, 25 looks okay. So 23 for the cockpit, 25 for the cabin. Olmaz mı abi nazar boncuğu? Alright, so that is good. APU is running, and what we can do at this point is we can get rid of the external power, disconnect that, close the doors, remove the chocks.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of
Turn
the
on the
captain
fuel
and crew,
pumps,
welcome aboard this flight. We hope
turn
you
on
enjoy
the
flying
hydraulic
with us.
pumps,
Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all
and turn on the
passengers to watch
beacon
our
light.
cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
and I think this is it for now. We don't need this dome light. All looks good. Now we are ready for pushback, and I'm going to call the tug here in a second. Alright, the tug is now driving up. Train is getting crazier. With every minute we are passing at the parking stand. And let me see, I think we are going to push the tail to the left and then take the taxiway right behind us, which is right there. We'll take this taxiway into runway and take it and do it from there. Oh yeah, low seat. Company is going to fire me after this flight. When we reach Vienna, I won't have a flight back to Stuttgart to get back to home. They will fire me. That's for sure. All right, let's turn off the parking brake now. And as always, this is what I'm going to do before we leave the ramp. We'll do this. 1071. That's the squawk code. And let's get going. While he is pushing us, let's start the right engine, and then I will see when we should start pushing the tail to the left. This sounds like a good time to me. And then beacon is on, yes, and all looks good for now. Let's get this done while we are pushing to the left. Yes, the lights, beacon, nav lights, I think logo lights can come on too. It's dark outside, but yeah, the engines are kicking in. And will, I believe, reverse here. Not the most accurate pushback, But we'll stop here, set the parking brake, say kiss this guy goodbye so that he can go back to pushing more planes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as
And
we
looks like
display the
engine
safety
number 1
features
is
and
almost
procedures of the
stable.
aircraft in
Right
case of
engine
an
is
emergency.
pretty much there.
During
We
an
can start the
emergency,
left
please
engine.
remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened and your seats in the upright position. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin,
Oh, Fly 737 Max. I think RTX 3060 is a great card, if you can find one, because I am also looking for that one too. Mine is a 1070 Ti at the moment. I am looking for a 3060 Ti. Can't find it anywhere. Welcome to the stream, by the way. But it's a good card. It will do very good at 2K resolution. If you are looking for a 4K resolution, your best bet is a 3070. Even that will struggle with 4K, but probably a 3080 will nicely do 4K in Microsoft Flight Simulator at ultra settings. Okay, looks like I forgot to do this while I was talking. Let's get that done. The Nightbot is saying that you can support my work by becoming a channel member. I haven't opened them yet, so don't mind him at this point. The channel memberships is a thing that I'm working on, but I want to have them set up nicely later. Hi Aircraft Fly Guy, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining and tuning in. It's nice to have you here. We are almost ready to taxi to the runway. Yeah, I never showed interest to do RTX 20 series. At the time they launched them, they were rather too expensive for me. Let's turn on the taxi light and let's get rid of the APU now. And one thing we forget, seatbelt signs, now they are on. We'll turn the pitot heat on, or the probe heats. I am Captain Safety. I am waiting in line for a pre-order for the last, I believe, 4 months. They keep pushing the in-stock date out. I think I pre-ordered back in December 20th of 2020, and I'm still waiting. Okay, so a couple things. Let's just do the check items. Reverse thrusts are armed, nose wheel steering is also armed. I'll cross-check with the taxi checklist. One thing we didn't do is we didn't set the barometric pressure, so I'll do it by cheating and pressing the B key. Oh, it's 1013, okay, not bad, not bad. And the rest, the trims. Trim is 7.9, that's very high to me, if you ask. But that's because of the cargo at the back, I believe. 7.9, that is set, and we are good to go. Let's release the parking brake. Parking brake is now released, and we'll get going now. And when it's raining, the ground is like glued with something. The aircraft doesn't want to move. As you see here, we are not going anywhere with 39% M1. And to get moving, I need to go above 50% thrust to get her moving. As you see, we are stick to the ground by rain. This is another Microsoft Flight Simulator bug, that you have to use excess throttle to move under rainy conditions. I hope this doesn't affect the takeoff too much. 50% M1 and we are not going anywhere. I'm gonna double check if we removed the chocks. We did. Okay, now we are moving a little bit. Let's cut the power and keep going. Wheel chocks are removed. Danny. It's just the rain making it like a glue. That's a known bug in Microsoft Flight Simulator. When the ground is wet, when it's raining, the aircraft doesn't want to move. As you see here. In the meantime, we'll set the flaps. Yeah, we are burning a lot. I should have increased the taxi fuel from 100 kilograms to maybe 500 in this case. I think we need to take this left for runway 07. And like, see, 53% M1 and we are just barely doing 12 knots on the ground. That is just Microsoft Flight Simulator rain for you. It's raining glue, I guess. We'll turn the flight director on, and while we are moving, we'll set the altitude to 35,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude for today. We will adjust it later to 35. Yeah, I need couple people pushing the aircraft from the behind to get to the runway. But we are almost there, no problems. So we need to make that left turn to runway, and we will now turn the strobes on because we are almost ready to enter the runway. And we'll turn the landing lights to on. This is our runway here. We'll fuel cross flow to manual, and I think we are going to. I think I'm going to do a like rolling takeoff here after checking the checklist. Everything looks fine. What we need to do is turn the transponder on, and that was the last thing. So let's. What is that? There's an aircraft on the runway. I hope we don't crash. But let's get going. Push the takeoff or toga button, and toga power is set. We are rolling. Yeah, King J, G, welcome to the stream. This Stuttgart scenery is a free one in flightsim.to, and it's a very nice one. So we rotate for us. Let's take off before hitting that guy. Oh my, EasyJet, thank you. You chopped my wings off. Okay, gear is coming up. It is built into the audio, yeah. So we will fly like this until 10,000 and then turn the autopilot on after we reach 10,000. Flaps are coming down to 1, and we will gain some speed and keep the nose up. Set the thrust to climb, and we are good to go from here, guys. We will hand fly for a while. We will probably get an ice warning. So I will check the chat when we clear this rain a little bit, but we are climbing nicely, although the speed is dropping, so I am just pushing the nose down to gain some speed, and I will retract the flaps so that we can speed up a little bit. But all looks good. In the meantime, we'll set the speed and nav modes on and set the speed to 250 for autopilot if we happen to turn it on before 10,000. And it's a bumpy departure. As you see, we have a little bit of turbulence, and we will pitch down now because that is not what we want. There we go. It's better. And we will correct ourselves because we are drifting to the left a little bit. Let's do this, get back to the course, and then we will pitch up just a tiny bit to match the flight director, and that should do. I'm not sure why this aircraft is like pitching like crazy. Let's switch to the standard parametric pressure, and I have to trim it myself, I guess, like so. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The trim in this simulator is quite hard to adjust. So therefore I'm tempted to turn on the autopilot right now and get back to, but we are almost getting to 10,000, so we'll fly like this a little bit more and fly it while we gain some speed, get to 250, and then be on our way shortly after. We'll turn off the fuel crossflow while we are doing this, and we will disarm the reversers. That is good, and we will get back on track like so. And we have that ice warning right now. We'll turn the anti-ice systems on, and we are slightly passing 250, so we will pitch up a little bit to drop the speed back to 250, and we are almost at 10,000. So let's turn on the autopilot and then start cleaning up the lights and whatnot. Turn the passenger signs off, and I am back to the normal and can look at the chat. Okay, so we will speed up now, and then we will increase the speed to 290. And I don't think we need the wing anti-ice at this point. That can come off, and we will cruise like this. It's a little bit bumpy. The RNAV approach with any aircraft of choice, captain safety, that's not a problem. I can do an RNAV approach tutorial. But yeah, we are back. The autopilot is doing its thing, and I'm just joining you guys for some chat. Yeah, sure, I can do an RNAV approach to TVAT. Would you prefer a jet, an airliner, and GA aircraft? Which one? Maybe the TBM, like a turboprop? That's not a problem. Yes, of course. And I'm going to post another survey because I'm planning a group flight for next either Saturday or Sunday, and there is probably going to be a GA aircraft group flight for some sightseeing, and I'm looking forward to hear some interesting routes. A320 for TVAT? Yeah, sure. RNAV approach? Of course, no problems. Alright, it's you and me again. People are having a busy Sunday, I guess, today, but it's okay. We are climbing nicely. So what I figured yesterday when I was doing a test flight, the icing effects, if you don't make them visual only, this aircraft cannot climb past 30,000 feet. The ice is affecting it too much. Microsoft needs to sort the icing problem, hopefully in the next update or the one after that, because it's becoming a problem when you want to do real icing conditions. It affects the airframe too much. Let's synchronize the heading log. And there we go. Okay, I will check it. RNAV approach is actually not too hard. I tried it in the CRJ. Somehow it didn't capture the glide path. But with the A320, of course, yeah, I will do it. Let's become a passenger for a little bit. Enjoy the wing views. Okay, the sim audio is now overpowered. Let's cut it down. And tell me if it's better now. I tuned it down like maybe to 80%-ish. Hi Magnus, welcome to the stream. Greetings to the Watson controllers at Echo Sierra Golf Golf. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I am gonna start doing Watson flights too shortly. I was waiting a little bit, and because of my time limitations, it's hard to find controllers online because I usually fly close to midnight time. But welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here. Okay, the weather cleared up a little bit, but I think the ice is still there. Yep, look at that. The scenery in this simulator and the clouds are so good. I always smile when I look at them. This is as real as it gets, I guess. Even with my poor GPU, it is still a stunning view. Okay, so really there is nothing too much to do at this point. We are just synchronizing the heading and waiting the autopilot to get us to 25,000 feet. I'm also waiting for 29,000 to switch to Mach units and do a Mach hold for the rest of the climb to 35,000. I hope they bring the Europe region in the next world update. I know they are doing a beta testing right now. I'm not sure what region it is, and everybody in the beta testing are under NDA, so they cannot tell anything about it. But hopefully it's the entire Europe region coming next to this in the next world update to the simulator. I would love to have that. I sort of like to fly in Europe more than in the US. Now the clouds are, at least the rain is gone. That's good. We'll see how the approach is. I haven't checked the METAR, to be honest with you. I actually am Captain Safety. I think now they are trying to figure out a way to import the 3D model into the simulator so that they can have their own 3D model of the aircraft. They separated most of the systems, and it's a standalone aircraft now rather than being a modification to the default A320. But hopefully I'm looking forward to their progress with that aircraft as well as the A380. That will be a game changer for long haul flights. And I really want to have a functional Boeing aircraft in the simulator too. Airbuses are fine, but Boeings are also fun to fly. So I am looking forward to that as well. There's an aircraft down below right there that I'm seeing. Not sure if it's on the CAS. Can we see it on here? No, probably we are not that close, and that's why we are not seeing it. But yeah, I would love to do a Let's flight sometime on a live stream. That would be fun, having a real ATC. I think the ice is gone, but let me check. Oh, not that one. No, it is not gone anywhere. It is still there, so we'll keep the anti-ice systems on, looks like, for the entire length of the flight. We haven't switched to the Mach mode automatically for some reason, so let's switch to Mach 7.4 and keep climbing. Yeah, 737. The Zibo mode and X-plane is exceptional, so something that level of detail, if that's something that has that level of detail comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator, that will be a great aircraft to fly. Alright, while we are here, let's jump down and tune the frequencies. So the ILS frequency for runway 16 is 108.5. I will tune it to both nav radios, and our arrival is already set, but we can check also is, I believe we can check the top of descent is 109 miles away, so we still have some distance to cover before we reach top of descent, and we are almost at our cruising altitude, 2000 more, and then we'll be cruising. Looks like it's you and me again, Captain Safety. People are coming and leaving. Just looking to the stream, I guess, and checking on, trying to see what's going on, and then watching a little bit and then leaving. Oh, there's another one right there. CTM415 passing by. So what are your plans for the rest of the Sunday, Captain Safety? Anything special? Yeah, I think you should be promoted to co-pilot. It's you and me and the passengers for the flight at this point, and I'm not sure if we will be alone until the end of the flight, but so be it, no problems there. Eyvallah, aynen öyle, aynen öyle. I think that's a good route too. That's a good route. I also like the Los Angeles route too. the arrivals into Los Angeles is real good. You see the entire city from above. And I also started flying this Airbus helicopter. I don't know if you tried it. It's a great aircraft for sightseeing, to see different places in a city while you are cruising slowly in a helicopter and not around like 1,000 feet or something. In my last video I shared an add-on that's free called Bush Talk Radio. It also starts talking about the points of interest around the city when you are flying. It is just a sightseeing tour in a helicopter pretty much in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is quite fun. I suggest you to try that aircraft. It's hard to fly helicopters. It's a lot of learning and unlearning what you have learned in terms of controlling the joystick, but I'm getting better and enjoying it so far. Alright, I think I forgot to adjust this and we climbed a little bit higher. So let's get it down and do the VS mode and descend at 700 feet per minute to get back to 35,000. Oh really? That must be terrible to see a helicopter crash, especially when you are a kid. Yeah. In the simulator it's fun, but I don't think I would attempt to fly a helicopter in real life. It's quite hard. You need to cut the throttle back a little bit to get back to Mach 7.8, which is our cruising speed. Still having problems with throttle response. Aerosoft needs to fix this. But now we are at 35,000. Great. Okay. Anything from this point is just to get to destination. We are, I think, halfway through. Looks like it. Check 41% into the flight. Yes, exactly. When you have an engine problem in a helicopter, that's pretty much a done deal. You're dead. Sad to say it that way, but you're dead. Let's check if the ice is still here. Yes, it is. I'm not sure why, because I don't see any clouds. We are not at cloud level. There is no humidity, but the ice, when it comes, Magnus, as far as I know, the Austrian has ERJs in their fleet, not CRJs. That's what I read, I believe. When I was researching this real-world flight. It is done with ERJs by Austrian Arrows, their side company, I believe, for this smaller aircraft. But yeah, I meant to ask you, did VATSIM get much more busier with Microsoft Flight Simulator? Why did the airplane get sent to his room? I'm not sure what to say to that question, Captain Safety, and not sure what kind of humor. I still haven't built my sense of humor in English language, so I'm lacking some. Sorry about that. Oh, really? Because of bad altitude. I see now. I see your point. I got that sense of humor now. Magnus, let me ask you this question. So, what days of the week you usually go online on Metsim and, you know, start controlling the airspace? Hi CMAC, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Welcome to the stream. I am doing great. How about yourself? We are cruising nicely above the clouds towards Vienna, our destination, and enjoying the chat with you guys and the scenery in the simulator. There is not much I can do on this Sunday. It's rainy outside, so I decided to spend some time with you guys. Let's synchronize that heading back one more time, and I'm gonna increase this range to see how far the top of descent is, because we are getting close. And I believe, let me check the chart real quick, we have a 6,000 and above restriction on our arrival all the way to approach, and the glide slope is captured at 5,000. So we will do some setup here. Let me see the approach chart and do some setup. Decision altitude is 697, so we will set that. I think we can set it now, or we can wait, but I'm just tempted to set because I usually forget this. So we'll set it to 697, so 700. We'll set it to 700. And the other thing I forgot to set is the landing elevation, which is 600 feet. CMAC, CRJ in terms of handling, not that difficult. It is the throttle, because this aircraft doesn't have any auto throttle, but therefore you have to control the throttle all the time and monitor your speed, as opposed to Airbus, which has an auto thrust. It adjusts the throttle automatically. I'm setting the landing elevation to 600 feet. That should be it, yes. So other than that, I think in terms of how it handles, how it flies, other than the auto thrust, it is great. I don't see any difference between an Airbus, and I can maybe say it is superior to A320, especially the default one, in some ways. What's going on? What happened to the speed? This is what I'm saying, you need to monitor the speed. As you see, I wasn't paying attention, and we just got too slow. Go, go, go. Why we are not picking up speed though? This is weird. I didn't mean to descend right now. That's very interesting. The anti-ice is on. Yes, I do have a Discord, Magnus. I think it should be, the link to the Discord server should be at the description field of the stream. No, CMAC, you can't have a meal unless the flight attendant decides to serve you. But there is something wrong going on with the engines at this point. I'm not sure if it's the ice, because the aircraft is not behaving. We are not picking up speed. Now we started to. I'm not sure what went wrong there. But I didn't mean to descend at this point, so... Oh, look at that. So we will... Yeah, you have to. And as you see now, we descended terribly because of the speed, and I'm trying to get back, and somehow the speed is not climbing. I'm not sure what is going on here. It's trimming like crazy right now to climb back to the altitude, but now is not doing it because we are losing trust for some reason. 85% of trust, and I think this is the engine's icing up. I don't know. I will probably set the altitude to 31,000 or our secondary cruising altitude of 29,000 and maintain that, because it looks like we won't be able to climb to our cruise level back again. So we will maintain this. And I heard about like invisible speed brake deployment happening if you do something or something goes wrong. So that's the other reason the speed cannot pick up. But I'm not sure why we are like stuck at 150 knots. It shouldn't be like that. Is it because I tried to set up the MDA? I'm not sure if it should have any effect on it. Very weird. I'm not sure, guys. Not really sure what's happening here. We should pick up speed, but the aircraft cannot pick up speed even while descending. So we'll see if we can get back to normal. And also I have to readjust my cruising altitude on this Vienna page, or rather the performance initialization page. Let's see here. See, we keep descending. We can't just maintain the altitude for some reason. Yeah, that might be a good idea. And the flight director. But this is something about the engines, like full power, and we are not picking up speed. We are now, but I didn't mean to descend at this point. Let's see if we can pick up some speed and then get back to normal. I'll go full throttle for a little bit until we pick up some speed, and then get the speed back to 280 on the speed bug. Or maybe not that much, because we started pitching with this speed. This is very weird. Happened for the first time, but we'll manage it. We'll manage it. We are at 29,000. I'll go down to the FMS and try to adjust our cruising altitude from 350 to 390 and execute this, and then it should calculate the top of descent correctly. Okay, looks like we are getting back on speed, and I will get this to 290 knots or maybe 300 and see if we can get back to that speed, because the aircraft is not speeding. Not sure what's wrong with the engines. Are we having an engine problem? Is it something about the engines that's causing this problem? We slowly started to pick up some speed. Hopefully it's not going to be a problem during landing. We'll see about that. Let's turn this off. Maybe that's causing the issue. Synchronize the heading bug. And the other thing I'm gonna check is the final approach course. That's 160. We will set it when we are ready to capture. This was very interesting, by the way. See that speed? It's not picking up. With this thrust, it should be picking speed like crazy. Is it the wind? We have a tailwind, so, and That's 24 knots, that's not really bad. It could be the weather though. It could also be the weather, but I'm not going to change the weather preset. It causes crashes to desktop whenever you do it sometimes. The ice is gone, so we can get rid of the ice systems. Maybe it will help us speed up. This was weird. Still no sign of gaining speed. Still nothing. Do we have the probe heats? Yeah, the probe heats are also on. So I'm not sure what is causing this problem. Turn off the logo light now. We are getting close to top of descent, so the speed should pick up when we start descending with vertical speed mode. It's very strange, Captain Safety. I'm not sure. Like 90% M1 and the speed is stuck at like 220. It's picking up a little bit, but not like it should. Very weird, very interesting. Top of descent is 40 miles away according to this screen, but I assume it's shorter than 40 miles. This is also not getting updated, interestingly. I'm going to start decreasing the altitude as soon as we reach the top of descent, CMAC, and we'll see if that will help us picking up some speed. I'm just waiting until the top of descent, and then hopefully at that point we should get back to normal. So it's telling us we need to start descending at 2600 feet per minute, so that will help us pick up some speed when we pass top of descent. We are almost there, so we'll see. And it's slowly picking up speed right now, as you see. We are all the way to 260, and I'll pull it back to Toga. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'll keep it at climb thrust, because you can't go full throttle for a long time. Now it started to pick up speed, as you see. We'll turn the vertical speed mode on. That is good, and then we will start descending right now. And we have to cut the throttle back. Now start descending. And we'll set it for 6,000. We just missed the top of descent a little bit, but no problems, we will catch up to it. Descend at 250, 260-ish, and then cut the throttle back so that we don't overspeed. Now we are picking up speed, as you see down there, and our descent speed is, I think, 280. I would set the speed back to 280, synchronize the heading, and then slow us down to get back to 280. And I will follow this snowflake, so we are a little bit below the Vienna pad, so I will decrease the descent rate to 24, and that should align us with the snowflake. All is good now, we are descending. Let's take a look at the descent checklist. Landing elevation is set, fuel is checked, TCAS is all on, radar is on, CAS, we don't have any warning messages, landing data is set, and we did the approach briefing briefly. All looking good for now, but I'm not sure what happened with that throttle response. I don't know. It could be live weather, it could be icing, anything, because the ice effects are not visible in this aircraft yet. Aerosoft needs to model the icing before it can display it. But all is good now. We are back on what we want. I will cut the throttle much, or maybe just to idle, because we are still below the glide slope, the Vienna pad. We are descending faster than we should, and we will maintain that. Still, let's get back to that snowflake. I need to monitor that along with the speed. As the speed slows down, we are falling below the VNAV pad. We will add some thrust to stay at 280 knots, like so, and that should do it. Perfect. I think we managed to adjust the throttle with one try. Okay. Now all is looking good. We are still picking up some speed, but it's not a problem. I can adjust it easily at this point. I think we need like 60%-ish thrust, so I'll just come back on throttle a little bit more to set it to 61-62%. And then now the speed is looking good, descent is looking good, and we are getting to our first restriction, flight level 60 above, flight level 170 below. So we have to make it to 17,000 before we hit that waypoint and drop below 17,000 to respect the restriction. Alright, all is looking good now, no problems at all. In terms of the overhead panel, everything is as it should be at this point. We will set the thrust reversers, arm the thrust reversers when we get below 10,000, and then take it from there, and we will start deploying flaps, and we will slow down to 250 when we get close to 10,000. But now I think whatever was that problem looks like it's fixed. It seems to be fixed. Looks like we are now again below the VNAV pad. Not too terrible though. We'll keep it like this. Speed is also looking good, so no problems. Hopefully we will start to see the ground after this cloud layer. But all is looking good. Time to destination is not displayed for some reason. It's probably because of a different aircraft. The overlay displays it for Airbus, but not for this. Exactly, Captain Safety. And you are not a good pilot if you cannot solve your problems when you are up in the air, so that's part of the fun, I guess. Alright, we need to slow our descent a little bit. We need to get back on the descent pad. And we are getting below 17,000, right on time, I guess. I'll keep it like this. We are almost at that restriction, so we need to get below 17,000. And that star will jump as we get close to a waypoint, and then it will come back up. Star, snowflake, whatever they call this thing. Alright, so now we are back on the VNAV pad, looks like. We'll synchronize the heading as we turn. And started to see the ground behind the clouds. Alright, all is looking good so far. We are below 17, right on time. Now we need to stay above 6,000. And eventually we will descend to 5,000 for our approach, which is not far away anymore. So we'll keep the range at 40 until we see the airport. coming down nicely. I think we should start slowing down to 250 at about 13 thousandths. And the ice message is there again. Let's turn the call anti-ice. And that reflection over there is just poking me in the eye. Look at that. Okay. It's you and me for landing, Captain Safety. Fasten your seatbelts. Okay, let's start slowing down to 250. And then we will adjust the descent rate to help us with slowing down. Nice. Nice, we are slowing down to 250. As we slow down, we will adjust the descent rate, which will also slow us down further. And let's see the waypoints after here. We should start getting ready for flaps. Let's adjust more. 1400. Oh, this looks great. Start praying. No, I have faith in you. You'll do a good. You'll be a good co-pilot. Maybe we should try that. Your controls at some point together in a flight. Okay, we are down to 250. That's perfect. Now we can adjust the throttle to stay around 250, but not pass it. I think this will do. And I'm looking around to see if I can spot the airport. Should be there. There is a plane, I think, on final trying to land. Could that be the airport? I'm not sure. Just a little bit more thrust. Just a little bit more. I don't want to slow down early. This is better. Adjusting the throttle in this aircraft with my throttle quadrant is quite hard due to that incredible sensitivity. We'll see if we can bother this landing and put some butter on the bread. We'll see about that when we get closer. So that wasn't the airport, that was an aircraft. And it's on the TCAS display right here, 059. That's the aircraft. So it's interesting that they are displayed on the TCAS. Wow. No other aircraft has this functionality in Microsoft Flight Simulator, displaying the traffic, and that's that guy right there, showing on the TCAS. We passed below 10,000, so let's get the landing lights, passenger signs to on, and then we will arm the thrust reversers at this point, because I usually forget about them if I don't. Now we are going to make that turn, and I think it's okay to slow down to start deploying flaps. We'll slowly pull the throttle to 50%-ish and then get below 230 to start go flaps 1. Why are you not turning? Ah. Okay, we'll do this. I think that's where we vector ourselves. So we will do this. We will copy this, place it here, execute that, and the aircraft should start turning towards that waypoint right now. So that's where you vector yourself when you don't have ATC. Perfect. I cached it earlier. I'm glad I did. that aircraft is somewhere around here still. I see that on the TCAS display. Can I locate it? Oh, I can't. Yes, exactly, Captain Safety. This is the... I think this is the only aircraft that can display the TCAS information. We'll set the altitude to 5,000 now, because that's our glide slope altitude. We can go flaps 1 at this point. Hey Moto 45, it's good to see you. Welcome, buddy. How are you? How is your Sunday going? You just catched at the right time. We are on approach into Vienna, so we'll see if we can butter the bread this time. I hope you were doing great since we last talked. It's nice to have you here. My Sunday is going a little bit rainy, both in the simulator and in real life too. It's raining outside, so I don't have anything better than live streaming. So I'm enjoying flying and chatting with you guys. Okay, we'll arm the approach mode at this point. We'll go flaps 8. And we'll slow down for more flaps, because we are about to capture the glide slope and I don't want to be too fast and late on deploying flaps, so we'll get below 210 for more flaps, and the aircraft should start slowing down because we are done with the descent and waiting for the localizer. Started to pick up the signal. I'm not sure when it's going to tune automatically. Yeah, I mean, not a problem. You catched at the right point. It was rainy back in Stuttgart when we were departing, so the weather cleaned up a little bit. I hope it's going to be a nice landing. It's not too windy. 9 knots of crosswind, not too bad. So we'll see. And there's an Airbus right there. That's the guy on TCAS, and now it turned to solid because he's too close. That's great. Okay, let me focus on my speed. Localizer is captured now, so we can go flaps 20 and maintain the throttle. Is he on approach too? Looks like it, I'm not sure. Or maybe he is going to charge the goal. LFPG, it might be it. Detailing a car sounds fun, Moto 45, isn't it? On a Sunday? I usually do mine on Sundays. Okay, the speed is coming down, so we'll go to the performance page real quick. Set the speeds. Yeah, I didn't hear audible traffic warning, but at least we saw it on the TCAS. And there's another one behind us, coming very fast towards us. What? Moto 45, don't worry about Nightbot. I haven't finished the configuration. I am sorry about that, buddy. He is too picky right now. Okay, the glide slope is now captured. We can go landing gear. I need to adjust Nightbot Moto 45. I am really sorry about what he is doing right now. Sorry about that. I have to finish that configuration as soon as possible. Okay, the landing gear is now down. We go flaps 35. Oh great, you do it for a living? I had a friend, I still see him time to time. He had those plans on opening a car detailing place at the parking lots of the stores. Yeah, Nightbot is not sure about what he is doing. I have to get in there and do some more adjustments and fix his language. That's not the language I'd like to see in my streams. I'm not sure if the developers were thinking it is fun, but let's go flaps 45, 45, I'm sorry. So that's our landing flaps. So we're all set for landing at this point, and we are following the glide slope nicely. Our minimums are set. He is grumpy. That's for sure. I'll ground him after the stream. I promise I will ground Nightbot after the stream. Now I think we can turn the taxi lights on as well. Let's see the overhead. Nothing to worry there. Let's take a look at the before landing checklist. Passenger signs, flight attendants are advised, passenger signs are on, reversers are armed, landing gear down, slats, flaps are configured. We're good. We are good. The speed is looking good. For the first time I was able to adjust the speed without too much problem in CRJ. It's not that easy usually. But this is looking nice. There you go. Landing gear view for you guys for a little bit until we get ready to take control. And you can also become a passenger. Enjoy the view for Vienna and the green fields. I don't know what they grow in there. Grapes maybe? What is Vienna famous with? Let's see. Light slope is slowly slipping from our hands, looks like it. Yeah, I forgot to start the chrono. We are not running late Moto 45. I forgot to start chrono prior to departure. That's me bad piloting the aircraft. No, I haven't been to Vienna in real life. I have been to a couple countries in Europe like Denmark, Germany, Czech Republic, but not to Vienna. Schnitzels? Oh, really? Ah. Synchronize the heading. Let's set our missed approach altitude to 5,000. 6,000, sorry. Is that 6,000 or more? Well, not 6,600. It's hard to see the displays on this in this aircraft. Okay, looks like we are back on glide slope, but we are slowing down more than I like. So we'll increase the throttle a little bit, get back on track. Okay, this looks better. See, at this point I have to keep my hand on the throttle. Oh, Ireland sounds fun. A couple friends of mine went to Iceland, to Blue Lagoon, I believe what they call the place. It's a hot water spring filling the lake, so even if it's freezing outside, you can swim in the lake because it's steaming. A couple friends went there. I think we can take control at this point. I don't see puppy lights at this airport, but I think we'll be fine without the puppy lights. We have headwind. It's a little bit windy, 20 knots, but I'm going to take control at 1500.
1,000.
1000 is checked. It's my plane now, and we'll see if we can butter the bread. Yeah, they said it was a fascinating place, swimming while it's snowing in a hot lake. Yeah, it's like an oversized hot tub. They enjoyed the entire trip. I think we are getting a little bit high, so we need to lower the nose a little bit and maintain the speed.
500.
500 is checked.
400.
400 is also checked, thank you.
300.
300 checked. Still a little bit high. Correcting for that.
200.
200 checked. Now we need to pitch up just a little bit.
100.
100 is also checked.
50. 40.
Okay.
30.
A little bit
20.
flowed landing.
10.
And off to the side. But it was nice. Oh, did you buy the honeycomb yoke? I am also tempted to buy one. This Thrustmaster TCA quadrant is getting onto my nerves when it comes to this CRJ. It's too hard, and I'm not quite happy with how much travel distance it has with idle and climb and the detents overall.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a
Alright.
complete stop.
Let's get through here. Landing lights are now coming off, strobe is coming off, and we turn the transponder off. We don't want to fry anyone with our radio waves. We'll brake here.
Please remain seated until the
Yeah, it
aircraft
wasn't
has
too
come
bad,
to a complete stop.
although it was a little bit off to the left side. But so be it. Part of the border overhanging on the bread to the side. We'll take this taxiway. We'll retract the flaps now. We don't need them anymore. And we can fire up the APU. Very well. And reversers, we don't need them anymore. Oh, Captain Safety, thank you very much. You are so generous. Thank you. We'll see if the Streamlabs will display the alerts. I'm not sure why it's not displaying them, but thank you very much. Thank you very much for the generosity. I appreciate it. Come on, Streamlabs, show some respect. Display. There you go. There you go. That's you, Captain Safety. Yes, Modo 45. I am planning for a group flight next week with GA aircraft for some sightseeing. So if you want to join us, send me a friend request in Microsoft Flight Simulator. My gamer tag is same, the Sim Pilot. And same for you, Captain Safety. If you can spare some time for a group flight, as I said, and as we discussed during the stream, send me a friend request. I'll friend you guys and we can do an offline group-only flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think we should take this taxiway towards the apron or the terminal building. That looks about right. It's okay. The Captain Safety, not a problem. It is the generosity. You don't have to do this, so it's the generosity what you are doing. How much is not that important. The importance is you are caring for that, so I appreciate it. Okay, I think we will park to this side, that building, that terminal building over there. We'll find the right turn into there. Yeah, 172 is good. I also like the Bonanza G36. It's a good aircraft. Yeah, I will kick the Nightbot's butt when I get off the stream and teach him how to behave. I promise. He is not behaving at this point. Let's see. Let's make this left turn and try to find a parking spot over there. We'll park next to that Airbus. How does that sound? This looks like the international terminal, but we are coming from Stuttgart, so that makes us an international flight, I guess. yeah, it's going to be great, and I found a great add-on, Modo 45. Oh, thanks Magnus, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much for the generosity. And you are always welcome to join streams. I usually stream on Sundays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US. So, is that our Marshal looking there? No, he is just scratching his head. I don't think that's our Marshal. But we'll park to this next gate right there. And that should be, I think this turn is towards that gate. Let's slow down and find our parking spot. Sounds about right. Are there any... Can you please get out of the way, buddy? I'm trying to park here. Okay, never mind, I'll run you over. Yeah, Modo 45, I really want to revisit the G1000 after all the improvements that the working title team has made to the aircraft and the unit. I really want to get back to it and do another tutorial video with the new added features of the G1000. Okay, let's set the parking brake, and the APU is available, so we can immediately kill the engines after cleaning up the lights. That is going off. Engines are now coming off. I didn't mean to do that, so flight director is also coming off. We can turn off the beacon now and keep the nav lights. And passenger signs are also now coming off. Hydraulic pumps can come off too. I will let the passengers out here in a second. Probes are coming off. Anti-ice coming off. And then the window heats are coming off. Perfect. Let's open the doors. Place the chokes, open the doors, call for the GPU truck.
The door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items.
Okay, that's the passengers leaving the aircraft right now. And what we can do is we can now turn this. Fuel pumps are coming off. We can switch back to GPU power and then turn the packs off and jump outside to take a look at Vienna airport. So we just parked into that GPU. As you guys see, the GPU does not know what to do, looks like at this point. He backed into the aircraft, so we are going to sue his company and the airport management for the damage he caused to our brand new shiny aircraft. And then hopefully with that money we can buy a bigger aircraft like an Airbus after we sue them and fly with a different one. So that's the plan. And I'm pretty sure the company will fire this guy, so he's gonna lose his job, unfortunately. Yeah, see, the passengers cannot leave the aircraft because of this guy backing up into the stairs. See, they are trapped inside now. So what I'm going to do with these passengers? Should we switch to the battery power and get rid of this guy? Because he doesn't know what to do, apparently. Let's stay on battery power. And the GPU, let's disconnect this guy. Get away. We don't want you. We need to let the passengers out. Please. Oh, seriously? Now he is just backing into the aircraft one more time. Danny, thank you very much. Appreciate the 5 euros, buddy. Thanks for the generosity. And thanks for tuning in. Hope you will be here next time too. I would love to see you again. Thank you very much. Okay, finally we got that crazy GPU truck driver. Oh, he's coming again. He is in a rage. Look at that. Buddy, you are just reckless. You don't know what you're doing. I'm not sure if you can drive. or if you should be driving anything. Look at that. Maybe he was a drift racer at one point. But anyway, guys, appreciate you all being here with me today. Thanks for all the generosity, all the donations. And as I said, I am planning a group flight for next week, Sunday or Saturday. And this is going to be with a general aviation aircraft. And we will go for some sightseeing. So if you are interested in joining, please send me a friend request in Microsoft Flight Simulator. My gamer tag is also the Sim Pilot, and I will accept your requests. Yeah, this livery is great, Magnus. I found it on flightsim.to. The moment I saw it, I thought I should have this livery and downloaded, and this livery is the reason we were flying Austrian today. Captain Safety, thanks for tuning in and staying here until the end. I'll see you on the next one as well. So yeah, what I was saying, next stream we will do sightseeing and check Bush Talk Radio. It's a great free add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Modo 45, actually I am going to create a poll in YouTube for the location maybe, or just to see how many people will be interested in. We will take it from there, but I am going to do this stream as a group flight regardless. I think that will be quite fun. And the add-on I was talking about is Bush Talk Radio. Check that one. It's free. It can be found under flightsim.to. It's a free add-on that does audio tours. When you have a point of interest, it starts to speak about that. I flew over Washington DC today, and it was talking about the Washington Monument, Pentagon, White House. It's quite fun for, you know, sightseeing in a GA aircraft. And my last video of the Airbus helicopter features that add-on if you want to go and check it for yourself, how it works. I did a flight through London. But yeah, sure, I would love to see you there, Modo 45. Send me a friend request in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in fact I can check here to see if I received any. Looks like right now I don't, but I will accept it. But let me show you. That's my gamer tag, the space sim pilot. Oh yeah, Q8 pilot. I didn't catch that video of his on Bush Talk Radio, but it was a great add-on. I found it by chance, and I'm loving it so far, especially with the helicopter. But that's my gamer tag up on the screen. Let me get rid of the overlay so that you can see it, because we are done with that overlay part. So there's my gamer tag for you guys if you want to send me a friend request. You don't necessarily need to do this right away, Modo 45. I will check the requests tonight and approve them all. Yeah, if you send me one, you don't have to do it right off the bat. But that's my gamer tag for you guys to request a friendship request, or send me a friendship request. And that's my avatar. So I'm not sure if there are any the Sim Pilot nicknames or gamer tags in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that's my avatar. But yeah, it was great to have you guys on board in this flight from Stuttgart to Vienna, and I hope to see you guys in the next stream, and love to join you guys in that general aviation sort of bush trip stream in a group flight all together with you guys. But thank you for tuning in. And looks like that video background has some problems. I need to fix that too before I close Streamlabs OBS. That's better. Okay, there you go. Thanks for being here with me. Again, thanks for all the generous donations. and I will see you guys in the next stream. Take care until the next stream and stay safe. Greetings to all of you. Goodbye and have a good rest of your Sunday. I would love to see that barrel roll, Modo 45. Danny, thanks for tuning in. Bye bye. Captain Safety, bye. Modo 45, bye, see you buddy.